On the news tonight, National Security Council reiterates commitment to ending security challenges facing the country by the end of this year. School feeding program begins in Kwara next week. Flood wreaks havoc as residents along flood-prone areas in Ilorin count their losses. Plus, update from the world of entertainment and sports. Good evening. This is the Nigerian Television Authority NTA ILORIN News Tonight. I am Abdulwahid Bibire. The National Security Council is reassuring Nigerians that the Buhari-led administration will not hand over a security challenge Nigeria to next administration. Interior Minister Rauf Aregbesola, who briefed journalists after the council's meeting, maintains that all things being equal, a relatively peaceful, stable and secure Nigeria will be achieved by December this year. Adamu Sambo reports.
The National Security Council meeting was summoned by President Muhammadu Buhari to once again review the nation's security situation. At the meeting, all the service chiefs, Inspector General of Police and heads of other security services took turns to give updates on the level of execution of the presidential mandate targeted at bringing to an end the various national security concerns. Consequently, the council expressed satisfaction with a massive onslaught against the enemies of the land by all the security forces and the major gains recorded so far.
The strategy of engagement has changed, and we are happy with the results we are getting. We are moving to the phase of consolidation of all those gains.
The council also reviewed the role played by the Nigeria police during the last Anambra, Ekiti and Osun governorship elections, describing as reassuring the high level of professionalism, responsibility and patriotism exhibited by the force.
We are making every effort to ensure that Nigerians appreciate what the police are doing. Police are there to serve them. The police are there to ensure maintenance of peace and tranquility.
Members of the council, however, expressed concern over the existence of some illegal outfits impersonating legitimate security agencies in the country. One of them is the National Task Force to combat illegal importation of small arms, ammunition and light weapons, NATFORCE.
The body should simply disband itself or risk being forcibly so disbanded.
The Minister of Police Affairs used the opportunity to confirm that President Muhammadu Buhari has formally accepted the resignation of the Chairman Police Service Commission, Musliu Smith, on health grounds. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
And still for the presidency, President Muhammadu Buhari has approved national honors and cash award of 200 million naira for Team Nigerian contingent to the 2022 Commonwealth Games and World Athletics Championships. A statement by the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, says the President is committed to rewarding excellence for members of the Team Nigeria who ignited the spirit of victory in the nation through sterling performance at international competitions. President Buhari expressed joy in Toby Amusan, Ese Brume and other contingents to the 2022 Commonwealth Games and World Athletics Championship. He also approved national honors and cash award of 200 million naira for Team Nigeria. And coming back home, bearing unforeseen circumstances, the National Homegrown School Feeding Program will commence in Kwara State on the 19th of September 2022. With the kickoff, pupils in primary 1 to 3 in public schools will be given one daily nutritious meal. Raliat Ibrahim takes it up from here.
The National Homegrown School Feeding Program is aimed at improving the health and educational outcomes of public primary school pupils in Nigeria. The program, which was inaugurated by the federal government in 2014, has Kwara State becoming the 35th state to be captured. The state focal person for the National Social Investment Program, Bashira Abdulrazak, disclosed that a one-week accessibility study had been done before the end of the last school calendar, and all is set for the full takeoff of the program across the 16 local government areas.
The National Homegrown School Feeding Program has been working behind doors to see how our pupils will commence feeding immediately they resume.
We need to capture this data so that at least we know how many who have been fed and who have not been fed. So it would just be a kind of news or noise all around.
These respondents believe the program will help alleviate economic hardship being experienced by some parents who have children in public schools.
It will give many parents a sigh of relief. It will be of help for the parents in which they want their children to be educated.
Encourage pupils and other people to come and join.
Food items have been procured, cooks and vendors have been trained, and monitors are on ground to ensure pupils are fed accordingly. The commencement in Kwara State coincides with the beginning of the 2022-2023 school calendar. Raliat Ibrahim, NTA News.
Rain is a blessing to many people, especially farmers, but for some residents, it's always a nightmare. The reason is not far-fetched, because they reside along flood-prone areas. Olajide Bello in this report examines the plight of these category of people.
The water level is gradually increasing, and very soon it may overflow its riverbanks. And this is as a result of the constant rainfall experienced in Ilorin, the Kwara State capital. What will be the fate of those living along the riverbanks?
The early morning showers that aided sound sleep in some areas was a vigil for some as they battled to salvage some of their property. One of such areas is this particular place at Coca-Cola Road, where the flood wreaked havoc on property. Animals were also affected, not even sparing this chick.
This particular area at Coca-Cola Road usually experience annual flooding, and this year is not an exception, as occupants of this house have vacated their house. Let's get first-hand information from the occupants of this place as to what they encounter whenever the rain falls.
Benedict Madujemu is a retired police officer who has been under this staircase since the wee hours of 1 a.m. and his experience is not a palatable one.
Around that count to 3, he increased. Then we get up. We pack some of our belongings.
Some people used to even pack us from there sometimes because the water usually used to disturb them much more than before.
One would wonder why he is still residing in the area after he has been beaten twice and he's not twice shy. The little push he desires will not only save him but his entire family.
I don't want to stay here. I can't live inside the water. I'm looking for a place to stay. If I can have the money.
Also at Oro Road, the story is the same.
We miss plenty of water on the floor.
The appeal by the residents along the axis is for the state government to complete the dredging of Asa River for the likes of Benedict to have a place to call home again. Olajide Bello, NTA News.
Still to come after this timeout is a detailed report on the compliance level by Okada on the use of crash helmet by Okada riders in Ilorin metropolis. Stay tuned.
My husband, what won't be all this mess?
Mr.
Andy, what do they measure up and down?
So you don't know, say our level don't change. Now the measure space will go contain everything where I go buy. When I win my 1 million for FCMB Millionaire Promo.
Win and change your levels with FCMB Millionaire Promo. Just download the FCMB new mobile app to open accounts easily. Deposit minimum of 5k for the new account. Make you come visit wincity.fcmb.com to play and win. If you be FCMB customer, just deposit your 5k to your FCMB account. More deposits go give you more chance to win.
Bros, I don't open FCMB account and I don't put money inside. Hey, borrow your name.
We still use them.
FCMB Millionaire Promo. Levels go change.
Welcome back. The law to enforce the use of safety helmets by commercial motorcyclists and passengers is gradually being swept under the carpet because Okada riders, as they are popularly called, now disobey the law flagrantly. Hamad Fulani, who monitor the trend, has this report.
The Okada Rider Association of Nigeria, Kwara Branch, and the Kwara State Transport Management Authority, Kwatma, are the two agencies charged with the responsibility of enforcing the use of safety helmets among motorcyclists in the state. Recently, however, the enforcement level has dropped, with most motorcyclists and their passengers doing without wearing helmets.
So I really think that it's better for them to have helmets available for their passengers
to avoid accidents. So I would advise them to try and be using that helmet.
Lukman Aliu is one of the few Okada riders who wears his helmet daily to prevent sun from affecting his eyes rather than for protection in case of road crashes.
Those of us that don't use it, they don't know the advantage of it. That's why I don't. Because me now, I can't walk without using helmet because of sun, rain, and sand, everything like that. So
when car is on, it's not easy for them to hear the horn of the car easily.
When you buy a motorbike, you are expected to have one immediately. So for our people not to comply with these safety measures, it is against human health.
Those who were guilty of not wearing helmets were quick to hide from the lens of NTA News camera in a bid to avoid being interviewed. I also attempted to speak with the leadership of the Okada Rider Association and Kwatma, but both had unacceptable reasons not to speak with the media. After 2 days of investigations, I am forced to agree with my respondent that there is an urgent need for Okada riders to be reminded to wear their helmets, while the law enforcement agencies should ensure implementation of the law. Experts in the transport sector say any motorcyclist who flaunts the directive should also be made to face the law in order to change the narrative. Ahmad Fulani, NTA News.
And now entertainment news. The International Executive Committee of the All African Music Awards, AFRIMA, in conjunction with the African Union Commission, recently released the official list of the nominees for the 2022 edition. Rachel Olaitan has the details.
Nigerian music star Kiss Daniel leads the Nigerian nominees for the 2022 All-African Music Awards, AFRIMA edition, with 5 nominations from his hit single, Buga, while a number of Nigerian singers were not left out. The public voting portal will be live on the 25th of September and close on the 10th of December before the AFRIMA main awards ceremony. All African music lovers within the continent and around the world can visit the official website to vote. In under development, Disney original documentary has disclosed that Anthony Madu, the Nigerian boy who became popular after a video of him dancing in the rain went viral in 2020, will be getting a feature documentary on Disney. Nigerian comedian Sheilo has taken to his Instagram to announce the sad passing away of his mother. The father of two appreciated God for the kind of life his mother lived. Rachel Olaiton, NTA News.
And our sports, two-time world champion Anthony Joshua has entered the WC heavyweight rankings ahead of a potential all-British showdown with champion Tyson Fury on December 3rd this year. David Tuta has the details.
The British Nigerian has been inserted at number 6 following successive defeats to Alexander Usyk, who retained the WBA, IBF and WBO belts in split decision in last month's rematch in Saudi Arabia. The Nigerian Golf Federation celebrates the nation's contingent to the 2022 All-African Challenge Trophy in Tanzania, where they finished 7th out of 20 countries, describing the success as proof that Nigeria can achieve a lot in the sports.
The reason why this game has not been popular is because we don't even celebrate our achievements and successes. So the team, Nigeria, I want to thank you for going to make Nigerian proud.
Ahead of the highly anticipated NFF Congress in Benin City, Edo State on the 30th of this month, former General Secretary of the Federation and presidential aspirant Musa Amadu hints at the need for stakeholders to seek a holistic pathway towards reviving the fortune of Nigerian football.
We also work and have a new elite advisory board of former NFF presidents and general secretaries. They've seen it over all the decades in their various tenures, and we will tap into their advices.
Graham Potter began his Chelsea reign with a draw against RB Salzburg, leaving his side with an uphill task to qualify for the Champions League knockout stages. Chelsea took the lead at the beginning of the second half, with Salzburg equalizing in the 75th minute. David Tuta, NTA News.
Tomorrow, Friday, 16th of September 2022 weather forecast wraps it up on NTA ILORIN News Tonight. Thanks for watching. Good night.